Hi guys, I hope you are great. I just want to come here and talk to you about something very, very important. Guys, I believe that God has been telling me to talk about this for a very long time, and I've been dilly-dallying about it, and it's real. It's something God said to me, so this is real. You need to talk about it, and that some people that you'll be shocked they don't know what that is. And if they knew, they would do something about it. Guys, I want to talk to you about something that you could be having it, or you don't know that this could be the thing that is destroying your life right now. I could be talking to two kinds of people today. Maybe you do have this thing, you know what it is, and you know how to get rid of it. You know what to do about it, but you just don't have the means to sort it out. Or you're one of those people that you have this thing, but you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. And you're not aware that this is the thing that is destroying your life. No matter what you do, this is the thing that is just keeping you down. No progress, stagnancy, backwardness, no joy, no peace. It's just horror in your life. Guys, I want to talk to you today about spiritual husband and spiritual wife. I want you to understand that it's very, very important that if you know that you have a spiritual husband or spiritual wife, and you know you need to get deliverance, you need to get deliverance. Like, that should be your priority. You need to get delivered. Or maybe say you're one of those people that you have spiritual wife or spiritual husband, but you don't know what it is. Let's break it down for you. Spiritual husband or spiritual wife is a situation whereby you find yourself sleeping with people in the dream. Now, the most serious cases, the rude ones, okay, the rude, stupid spiritual wives or spiritual husbands are those that not come in the physical. They just come in the physical. You can just see them. I've seen so many testimonies where they say they see that. My dear, when you have that kind of thing, when you have a spiritual husband, when you have a spiritual wife, nothing at work. At work, there's no promotion. People just hate you at work. You don't know what you've done. Your boss doesn't like you. Your boss doesn't have an interest in you. They can't fire you, but they just don't feel you. You're not promoted. Your money's not increased. In your relationships, you just break up with people that you could have gone somewhere with them. You could have gotten married with them. Relationships break down, and there's no affection in the marriage. If you're married, you just realize that there's no affection in the marriage. You don't feel your husband, you don't feel your wife. You know you love them, but you don't want them to touch you. You can't meet as husband and wife. This is really, 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 really bad. And the reason why I'm talking to you about it is because I used to be in a situation like that before I got born again. And this is where maybe you grew up in a church where there's no things like deliverance or anything like that, or you don't just have a relationship with God. You're not really living on the living a Christian life, or sort of just living with Jesus Christ like today as I am. You wouldn't know these things. So that used to happen to me. When I was back in my country, I used to have once off. It wasn't every day, it doesn't have to be every day. It doesn't have to be every day. Once in a while, you just have that encounter with a spiritual husband. If you're a man, it'll be a spiritual wife. Now, the way this happens, the way the spiritual husband or the spiritual wife happens, they appear to you as someone you know. Now be careful. They appear to you as someone you know. You're like, ooh, this guy, I used to like, maybe it's your ex. You're like, oh my God, this guy, I used to like him. And when he appears in the dream and he touches you or anything like that, the way they trick you, the way the spiritual husband or spiritual wife or this demon tricks you, is that they bring someone that you're familiar with. It could be your friend's brother. It could be your friend's sister. It could be your friend's father. It could be your friend's mom. It could be your friend's aunt. It could be your colleague. It could be, oh my God, it could be your uncle. It could be someone very, very close. It could be your friend. I mean, male friend or female friend, just someone. And when you look at this person, you go like, wow, the chances of you resisting are very low because you know this person, you're familiar with them. So you're like, okay, cool, I can deal with that. That's the time it's finished. And sometimes it's someone that you know that generally, like, you wouldn't even be interested in this person. You know, you always see this person, you're not interested in them for whatever reason. You just don't see yourself being intimate with this person or even kissing or hugging or anything like that. But once this person appears in your dream, the chances are you are not going to say no or you're not going to resist. Now, if you now know, like right now you didn't know what's going on and everything like that, if you now know, you can now resist and say no. Like, you can, in the dream, you can still remember and say, this could be a spiritual husband or this could be a spiritual wife, and you can resist it. Now, I used to be in that situation. Once off, I would see someone that I know. You know me, I used to be on TV, I used to be on radio, I worked for 3 radio stations, I read the news, I presented one of the best shows in the country, #1 show in the country, the most watched show in the country, in African countries, okay? I was just killing it, all right? But there was no progress. I wasn't moving forward, I wasn't going backwards. There was no growth financially, career-wise. It was just stagnancy, and I didn't know what was going on. Relationships, I had amazing relationships. My past relationships, I had relationships with amazing people, that some of them talked about marriage, and before you know it, the relationship just ends. And these relationships that went up to about 3 years. If you've been with someone for 3 years, I mean, girl, that's progress, okay? That's leading somewhere. And before you know it, the relationship goes boom. No problem, no arguments, nothing. It just goes like that, and you're like, what happened? And I didn't know that this stupid spiritual husband could be responsible for that. Before you know it, there's no progress. You get to debt. You are in debt. You can have spirit of debt. The spiritual husband and spiritual wife, you can now get into debt. You get into trouble. Money comes. You could be having the best job in the world. Money comes, money goes. Before you know it, you can't even account for your money. You can't even account for where the money went. Maybe you had someone that you loved. You had someone that you guys were so in love, and you break up. And they go on to marry somebody else, you go on marry somebody else, or they go on with their relationship, they're dating some other people. But you know, wherever you are, you're like, no man, I loved that person, why did I leave them? Or they are saying, oh my God, but Nali John, we're good together. Nali Dikeledi, we're great together. What happened? You'll never know what happened. For as long as that is there in the relationship, you'll never know what happened. And before you know it, people are married to people that they are not happy with, just because the spiritual husband or the spiritual wife was fighting you, is the one that is doing all this mess in your relationship. Do you understand what I'm saying? Guys, back in 2013, I went to Synagogue Church of All Nations. And you know what? when I went to Synagogue Church of Nations, I didn't even go to Synagogue Church of Nations to get delivered from a spiritual husband, because I didn't know what that was. I went for other things, the other trauma that I had, okay? And when I got there, I think the spiritual husband that I had was the weakest of all. The place I went to, you don't play, okay? Because I didn't even go through a situation whereby, yes, Bethy?
Can you help me open?
Okay, go give Kendall to open for you, okay?
Okay.
That's Bethy. I'm told to open the lollipop. Thank you, Bethy. Good girl. Okay, darling. When I got there, I didn't even go through the whole the demon casting or something like that. No. Once I stepped in the Synagogue Church of Nation, once I got there, I think I think this spiritual husband that I had was one of the weakest of them all. Because I think he just, okay, let me go. Please don't cause problems for me. I will just leave. Thank you, Miso. Okay, bye. I don't want trouble. I don't know where you are. This place is too much. Because the moment I stepped in synagogue back in 2013, till this day, I've never, ever seen that stupid man again. And I see now there's a difference, like my life. Oh, it's just night and day. Like whatever I touch turns to gold. Do you understand? Like whatever I pray for, whatever I ask God for, whatever I access my faith on, it just happens. My life is just moving in a way that I never thought it could happen. So my deliverance happened in the Synagogue Church of All Nations, and that was it. Guys, I just want to encourage you to find a living church. The reason why I'm opening to you, I don't have to hide anything. I have nothing to hide. I mean, people testify about spiritual husbands, spiritual wives. It's nothing to be ashamed of. In the kingdom of God, you can't be shy. You can't be shy about things, because God wants you to testify and open up about what you've gone through, so that I can help you realize and see that, wow, if I used to have that and look at my life, and you too can get deliverance. So I want to encourage you seriously to not be ashamed. I want you to look at your life, how your life is. If you have a spiritual husband or if you have a spiritual wife, I want you to look at your life. Maybe you don't know that majority or all 100% of your downfall, of your problems, this is the cause. Are you married? There's no affection in the marriage? Do you have a spiritual husband? Do you have a spiritual wife? That's the cause. Do you have a boyfriend? All of a sudden, you don't want them to touch you anymore. Have you ever felt love for somebody in the beginning? You love them. You're so crazy in love with them. All of a sudden, before you know it, months down the line, you don't even want them to touch you. You don't even want to touch them. What is that? But in your heart, you know that you love this person. You know that you love them. So, but what is the problem? Now, look in yourself. Look deep in yourself and think that, do you ever have someone coming to sleep with you in the dream? Sometimes, hey, let me warn you, sometimes it comes as your boyfriend. Sometimes it is your own boyfriend. You could be sleeping next to each other. You could be sleeping next to each other. And that night, you are not meeting as husband and wife. You are not being intimate. But in the night, you will find yourself sleeping with your boyfriend. And when you wake up in the morning, you are like, oh, honey, I saw you touching me. I saw you doing ABCD. And he's like, no, I didn't do anything. I was in the dreamland by then. I didn't do it. And you know you didn't do it. But then you feel happy because you are thinking, oh, you made love to your boyfriend in the dream. That's cool. That's nice. No, it's not cool. It's not cool. It's not nice. Okay? It's not. Or you're the boyfriend. You find yourself, your girlfriend comes onto you. And in the morning you tell your girlfriend, oh babe, we were doing this and that. And she's like, oh, okay. She won't be angry, or he won't be angry if it was the man, the other way around, because you are saying, I had a dream being intimate with you. So what's the problem there? There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, your girlfriend or your wife would be like, okay, at least they had a dream. It was me. It was not another girl, or it wasn't another man. As long as it was me, that's cool. No, that's not cool. There's nothing cool about that. And I want you to make this a priority in your life. Make it a priority to get it delivered, to nip it in the bud, to get rid of this. Absolutely. And I want you to understand that you can also deliver yourself in the house. If you can't, for example, if you want to go to Synagogue Church of Nations, but you can't go at the moment because of financial situations or because of this COVID-19, I want you to know that you can deliver yourself. It doesn't have to be Synagogue Church of Nations. It can be any other living church that you know. That you know the men of God in that church, the woman of God in that church, they've been given the gift and the power of the Holy Spirit to deliver things like this. You can go there and get delivered. Save yourself. God can do it for you. If you can't deliver yourself in the house, just talk to God. Ask God and say, Father, Lord, I don't want this stupid spiritual. You must call it, this is your enemy. You're not smiling here. You must tell them, this stupid man, this stupid wife, woman, I don't want this nonsense. I don't want this rubbish. Father, help me. I don't want to see this anymore. You must be bold about it. You must be powerful, but you must be strong, bold, and speak with power and with hate towards it. This is your enemy. Like I said, you are not friends. There's no way you can be friends. Because for as long as this thing is in your life, that's exactly how your life is going to remain. No progress, nothing to show off, nothing to write home about. You could be having the best job in the world, getting the amazing money, but you don't know where it goes. Debts, you get debts after debt, debt after debt, debt after, you pay this one, this comes. You pay this one, this comes. You change boyfriend after boyfriend. You change girlfriend after girlfriend. And most of these girlfriends or most of these boyfriends or girlfriends, you loved them. One of them was supposed to be your wife. One of them was supposed to be your husband. But because there's somebody coming in between the two of you, you separated. Now they're miserable where they are, and you're miserable wherever you are. But you could have done something about it. At work, you're not being promoted, no increase, nothing. This could be the problem. In your family, you guys are fighting. You're fighting with your siblings. You don't know what is going on. Maybe you've been praying for a child. You're barren. The doctors are saying you're barren. But you're not barren. It's because someone is stealing your joy. They don't want you to have a child. Maybe you fall pregnant. You manage to conceive. But you have miscarriage after miscarriage. Miscarriage after miscarriage. This is the cause. This is the cause. You could be having problems that don't have anything to do with a spiritual husband, spiritual wife. That is another case for another time. But right now, today, I'm talking to you about if you are having these challenges and you know that in the dream, you're being intimate with people. This video is for you. I pray for you. I want God to deliver you. If you are that person, I pray for you. I want God to deliver you, because once you're delivered of that, oh, you will see. Your life will never be the same again. It will be joy, peace. Your marriage will be solved. Your children will come. Your relationships will, at work, you will just see your boss saying, hi, good morning, for the first time in his life or in her life, smiling at you. Be happy. You'll be shocked. Say, Aibo, okay. your life will, oh my God, whatever you say, you'll be shining. Right now, you're not shining. There's a veil in front of you because of this rubbish. There's a veil. And that's exactly what the spiritual husband does, or the spiritual wife. Something like that. Nobody is interested in you. Let's say fifi. I don't know what. Yeah, like there's nobody, nothing. Nobody wants to help you. There's no grace. You don't have grace. You don't have favor from God. You're just living. It's because of this. This is the cause. Once that is rooted out, once that is gone, oh, Jesus Christ, you'll be shining like a diamond. The light on top of you, oh, the grace, the glow, the beauty. You'll see yourself beautiful. When you look yourself in the mirror, say, is it me? Okay, we didn't know we're cute. Because the spiritual husband, it just died. Both inside and outside. So when you have a veil, how can you be beautiful? You look at yourself, you think you're beautiful. People don't see that. But once you get delivered from this nonsense, oh my dear, you will look yourself and you're like, the water will be just loving you. Do you hear me? You will be just glowing. The glow, the beauty, the grace, the favor, the blessing. You'll be just attracting every blessing in your life. You'll be attracting every grace, you'll be having angels everywhere. My angels, wherever I go in the UK, there are angels there. God places angels everywhere. I don't have to say much. Once I enter, it's hello, Miss Meraki, how are you? How can we help you today? I say, thank you. That's what happens. You go to an office, they sit down, they look at you, they smile. I remember one day when I was in the UK, I don't know, this is another video for another time, but I just want to briefly say, I just to say this. One day I went to an office. I was looking for something, and when I got there, the case was very serious. It was a very, very serious case with immigration because I was still waiting for my papers. When I arrived there, these are the big men of immigration who you don't play with. When I got there, I was shaking inside. I was scared because the meeting is a meeting that everybody knows that so if they called you for this meeting, you are in danger. When I got there, this man looked at me and said, hello, madam. Hello, Miss Meraki, can I have a seat? I sat down and I said, thank you, sir. I looked at him and he looked at me. Within under 2 minutes, this man said a statement that I want to share with you. He said, Miss Meraki, it would be really, really nice if we could meet people like you who are nice and kind and respectful, well-mannered. It would be really nice if we could meet people like you every day in our job. What? Nice, kind, well-mannered, respectful. Well, I'm like that, but in less than 2 minutes, this man was able to tell me how kind, how nice, how sweet I am in just 2 minutes. And I didn't even do anything to suggest I'm nice and kind and sweet. I just came to sit down. Everybody does that. I didn't do anything that nobody else doesn't do. I just sat down and greeted him. Obviously, respectfully and, like nicely, kindly. But I'm not the first person he meets. I think he meets so many people. This is the light. When you have the light, when you have the grace, when you have the favor, when there's nothing blocking your way, your face, nothing, when everything is white, not dark anymore, because the spiritual wife and spiritual husband, the fifi, sififi, lififi, that's darkness. Once it's lifted, because God is in control. This is the God. When he delivers you, you're delivered indeed. Guys, let me stop here, and I hope you understood what I say, and I want to pray for you. I want to ask you, I want to advise you to take a stand. Okay, make this a priority. Get rid of that. Once that is out of your life, oh Jesus, like I said, you'll see. You'll send me an email and say, "Miso, you are right." So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you again soon. Have a lovely evening. Yeah, I'm recording in the evening, so I'm saying have a lovely evening. I love you, but God loves you more. You are blessed. Bye-bye.